What's up guys, Sal here. So the Galaxy Z Fold 2 marks Samsung's first major refresh for its flagship foldable phone, and it looks to improve on nearly every shortcoming of the original model. So let's take a look at all the new features of this phone that could make it a true flagship handset of this year. One of the biggest features of the Galaxy Z Fold 2 is that freestanding hinge, first seen in the Z Flip, called the Flex mode, which allows the phone to partially open to do activities like read the news while eating, take a selfie, or stabilize the phone and act as a viewfinder for a typical photo. Partially open, the phone is also terrific at becoming its own stand for video calls. On the Z Flip, it feels small when folded in half, but the Z Fold 2 could change that perception of smallness with a big 7.6-inch inner display. Like the Galaxy Z Flip, the Z Fold 2 is switching from the plastic screen to the same ultra-thin glass, which should be less prone to damage than the original. Here's something important about the Z Fold 2. On all of their foldable smartphones, Samsung puts a polymer layer for added protection, and it has a special characteristic that it's self-healing in nature, which means small scratches go away in a matter of minutes. That doesn't mean it's totally scratch resistant though, but the fingernail scratches or any other minor scratches won't stay for long on that display, which means foldable phones aren't fragile as people think they are. This video from Quinn Nelson is the best example for that. Arguably, the biggest improvement seen in the Z Fold 2 is in the display department. On the outside, we have a bigger display that takes over the front of the phone. This screen has very little in terms of bezels and feels like a modern all-screen solution. Samsung has also done away with the notch on the inner display, now using a single hole punch centered in the top right half. This is a dynamic AMOLED 2X display with support for HDR10+ and 120Hz refresh rates. Samsung says that it's re-engineered the Hinge 2 for greater durability. The new Hinge also features what Samsung calls a sweeper, which uses elastic fibers to clean dust or debris out from the hinge to prevent damage to the display. Another interesting thing to note is that Samsung is letting users customize the hinge color on this phone. The Z Fold 2 also has an anti-erosion waterproof coating on the main internal components according to Max Weinbach. It doesn't mean you can take it for a swim though, but it should be able to survive a dunk. It also features the fastest Android chipset out there, the Snapdragon 865+. There won't be Exynos 990 variant with this phone, which is certainly great news for Exynos regions. The cameras have gotten better and features the same camera setup as the Galaxy S20 Plus and not the Note 20 Ultra, so there is no periscope zoom camera, but still you could be able to do 30x zoom. Features like wireless and reverse wireless charging are also there on the handset. To be honest, the number of improvements Samsung has done to the Z Fold 2 compared to the original Fold are insane, and it wouldn't be wrong to say the Z Fold 2 was the star of the Unpacked event. Of course, with that being said, do consider subscribing for all the latest updates on this handset, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.